week is pretty short. Overall, the video was the drawing was about 14 hours, start to finish. I ended up playing with this gesture quite a bit, and then playing with the paint and such. It took a while to get right, but I've edited it pretty heavily down to 7 minutes here. It's sped up, but also heavily edited. I'm cutting, just trying to get the basic feel of what I did down, so you can kind of see the process of how this went. And just, yeah, starting out with this really rough gesture. And I just kind of mold it like clay, just kind of sculpting, just kind of massaging the lines until they feel right. Drawing, erasing until it feels correct. Played with that arm quite a bit because I couldn't decide if I wanted it, how I wanted it turned. If I wanted the bicep up or turned inside and see more tricep. So played with that quite a bit. Facial expression, pretty straightforward here. It started out blank look and I adjusted it to be pretty angry, as you'll see here in just a second. Yeah, not angry, he's got rage. I mean, Cap's got rage. So he's going after it right now. I modeled this obviously after the first Avenger film. I love that costume. I love that 40s aesthetic. I feel like the design team really nailed that. Joe Johnston, Ryan Meinerding, those guys killed it. Let's get my lighting in here. I wanted it kind of be top-down lighting, so think like a spotlight directly above him. And then some ambient fill lights on the sides. And just roughing this in because I like to paint on a rough canvas. And then I took that background and duplicated it, and then skewed it into position, in a perspective for a floor. Just a quick floor there. Working with the local values here, as that white panel there will be getting a lot more light than the blue upper part of the jersey. And then that belt buckle will catch a lot of reflected light, so it went even brighter. And the star I was thinking about just doing flat because it is in the shadows, but ultimately decided to do the faceted version like I drew in the sketch. Just keeping the details super loose. I'm just trying to suggest costume details throughout this whole thing. I just want the lighting to be pretty accurate. But outside of that, I wasn't really concerned about the details. I wanted to suggest accuracy, but I kept them all really loose. Here's an example. This little triangle bracket. And I just throw some rough specular on there and call it a day. When you zoom out, it actually worked really well. Felt pretty real even though it was so loose. That's the way I try to keep all the details here. Just keep them all loose, have them still feel real. But I'm not really worried about the forms there, as you can see. It's just, I don't need exactness, I just need suggestion. The gauntlets I spent a little bit more time on because they are in the light. And I just love drawing folds. Kept these loose, but they are not quite as loose as the rest of the costume just because they are in light, like I said. And good folds can either make or break an image. Because the lighting is so strong from the vertical, just directly above, it allowed me to be pretty loose with all the shapes, because the contrast, the dark sections versus the light, it made the light read really easily. I would zoom out and it just read like a nose, even though I left it so loose. And when I zoom out, if something reads well, then I'll just leave it. Get that red light, that warm fill light from the side. So I wanted the left side to be red and the right side to be gray. Kind of have those two play, so you can kind of see on that nose. I didn't like the folds that I did initially, so I recovered up the canvas boot cover here, and went to and just tried to it felt a little dark. It felt a little, the shape was a little bit off. I didn't love the folds, so I just went ahead and redid everything here. Tucking that boot into that boot cover, or tucking the pants into the boot cover, I should say. Again, just keep the details super loose. I did tighten up a little bit with that shield, then I loosened it up again. Hand drew the A as it skewed into place. Hand drew the wings on the side of the helmet. Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you'd like me to do, anyone specifically you'd like to see drawn, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.